Today, we will be doing a dive deep into the explosive conversation that unfolded on Adam22's No Jumper YouTube channel, a conversation that unraveled the mysteries behind DJ Akademiks' podcast strategy, Spotify's podcast purge, live show venue switches, and a jaw-dropping claim of sold-out events.
So I have questions too. I don't know if he acknowledged it, but I noticed he's putting all the podcasts right on YouTube now. So I'm wondering what happened with Spotify, because I know Spotify let go of a podcaster. So it wouldn't even necessarily be like a L from his perspective, because I'm pretty sure they're cleaning out 80% of the Spotify originals and shit. But it's also kind of strange. It's
did they clear you out?
No, because I was never on it. I was just we post our shit on Spotify.
But you're not on it.
We're not
it's not an exclusive deal.
Yeah.
I was saying the same thing with Act 2 though, because recently I seen he had the 1090 Jake interview on there, and another interview,
and the Vlad one he just put on there.
It's all usually just exclusive to Spotify, but now he on YouTube with it.
But what I heard is that Spotify's telling everybody you can still post the shit on Spotify, and we will give you a percentage of the ads that you do on the podcast and everything. But that's basically more like a regular ass deal that anybody would get on a podcast. But I'm just surprised that he's not having that conversation publicly with the audience, because even if it is an L, I don't know, even with the live show with him switching venues and it not being that many tickets sold or whatever, I don't know. Doesn't it kind of feel like maybe there's not as much transparency as you're kind of used to?
The shit wasn't popping, bro.
I mean, listen, we did a New York show and I think it was 600 people or some shit. So I'm just very confused about why his show in Jersey, right over the bridge, that just seems I don't know. And also, didn't he immediately sell out the Charleston White joint? Did he say that?
When him and Charleston
point?
White was together, before China Mac and them got into it, I think it was sold out. That, all the tickets was gone.
Hey, they bombed for him.
That's why I was actually surprised to see that the first venue didn't sell out. I mean, he said it was because of
a security
reasons.
Go ahead.
He said it was because of security reasons, and then he switched the venue and shit.
Yeah, but that ain't a cancellation.
That's what I was thinking.
That ain't a cancellation, because everybody still expected this party day that took off. It's the same day, and it's a change of venue. That's this place not letting us have a party. It's over here. Still,
I think the first venue they had was bigger than the second venue that was a smaller.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to embark upon a convoluted journey through the labyrinthine corridors of contemporary media, specifically concerning the enigmatic DJ Akademiks and his recent podcast dalliance with Spotify, as dissected on the hallowed grounds of Adam22's No Jumper YouTube channel. In the annals of modern media, where the digital cosmos incessantly churns with information, DJ Akademiks' podcast metamorphosis has been nothing short of a spectacle. Adam22, that erudite connoisseur of all things internet and culture, unveiled a quizzical observation, a tectonic shift, if you will, in DJ Akademiks' podcast strategy. An astute detective, he noticed that the maestro had commenced disseminating his auditory musings not just on Spotify, as was his modus operandi, but also on YouTube. A seismic rumbling in the podcasting realm, indeed. The plot thickened as Adam22 broached the topic of Spotify's recent podcast purge, an ominous harbinger of change. Whispers in the digital wind suggested that Spotify might be allowing podcasters to bask in their platform's luminance while sharing the spoils of ad revenue. It appeared that the exclusive ivory tower was crumbling, transforming into a realm of democratic discourse. A regular ad deal, perhaps? Transparency be damned. As the conspiratorial vapors enveloped the discourse, one couldn't help but marvel at DJ Akademiks' silence on the matter. A sphinx-like enigma, he maintained an airy silence that seemed incongruous with his past penchant for broadcasting his every thought. In a world increasingly obsessed with radical transparency, his muteness was an anomaly worth dissecting. Yet, the discussion transcended the confines of mere podcast politics. The intriguing tale of DJ Akademiks' venue-switching escapades took center stage. A juxtaposition of pastures greener or pastures neglected, depending on one's perspective. Adam22, an impresario in his own right, painted a vivid picture of his New York show, a spectacle attended by a motley crew of around 600 souls. a testament to his magnetic allure. The plot thickened further when Adam22 ventured into the baffling realm of DJ Akademiks' New Jersey story. A riddle wrapped in an enigma, it seemed to lack the gravitational pull one might expect from such a luminary. The mystery deepened as he pondered over the public's indifference to this gathering. Was it a mere fluke, or was something more sinister afoot? But the intrigue didn't stop there. The Charleston White Joint, a subject of much lore, entered the fray. DJ Akademiks, in a previous life, had boasted of this event selling out at the speed of light. Yet, Adam22, the vigilant truth seeker, raised a skeptical eyebrow. Was this a factual account or a mere figment of Akademiks' fertile imagination? A labyrinth of contradictions. In the panoramic milieu of the podcasting industry, we find ourselves at the crossroads of contemplation, pondering the potential ramifications of Spotify's perceptible shift in approach to the bedrock principle of exclusivity. This quixotic metamorphosis portends a seismic shift, a tectonic realignment in the very fabric of the podcasting paradigm. As the sun sets on the era of exclusivity, we are compelled to scrutinize its ripples, cascading through the industry's proverbial pond, and discern the impact it may wield. One cannot ignore the enigmatic machinations of DJ Akademiks, whose podcast strategy and live shows have become a veritable enigma wrapped in a conundrum. The conspicuous absence of transparency in his chosen path raises queries that linger in the ether, begging for elucidation. Could this opacity be an intentional shroud, a calculated cloak designed to veil his intentions and mystify his audience? It is within the realm of possibility that DJ Akademiks, in his calculated obfuscation, seeks to cultivate an air of intrigue, an allure that captivates his audience with a sense of enigmatic charm. By withholding the finer details of his podcast strategy and live show dynamics, he creates an aura of mystique, enticing his audience to delve deeper into the labyrinth of his endeavors, perpetually craving more. Yet, in this age of connectivity and transparency, one must tread cautiously when embracing such a veiled approach. The modern connoisseur of content demands transparency, an unvarnished window into the inner workings of their chosen purveyor of entertainment. By deliberately withholding information, DJ Akademiks risks alienating a discerning audience whose appetite for authenticity and clarity remains insatiable. Moreover, the lack of transparency in DJ Akademiks' podcast strategy and live shows may engender skepticism and conjecture. Doubts may arise, questioning the authenticity of his motives and the veracity of his actions. The discerning observer may ponder the underlying reasons for this veil of secrecy. Does it conceal a web of intricate business negotiations, or is it an attempt to obfuscate unfavorable outcomes? Only time and the unmasking of truth shall reveal the answers. In conclusion, the conversation on Adam22's show, a whirlwind odyssey through the multifaceted world of DJ Akademiks, cast a piercing spotlight on the ever-evolving landscape of digital media. It was a tale of shifting alliances, whispered secrets, and the elusive dance between transparency and opacity. In the tumultuous sea of modern media, where narratives blur and facts intertwine with fiction, one can only marvel at the enigma that is DJ Akademiks and the ever-enthralling world of podcasting.